Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We know that we have been a little bit MIA. We have been so busy with our jobs, with home building, interior design, and we're gonna give you guys lots of updates on that. But this video, we kind of wanted to talk about a very important aspect of this cancer journey, and just want to give you a little update on what's kind of been going on with this journey with Delia.
So alongside working and staying busy with that stuff, I have had a little bit of adverse side effects from treatments that I've gone through. And I guess that's kind of what the delay's been in getting out information to you guys. We've just really been focusing on doctor's appointments and figuring out what's going on with my lungs and my back pain I've had past few weeks. I've had a little bit of difficulty breathing, flares, I guess you could call them. That made my breath really shallow, to a point where we were in the car one time and we were on our way to the emergency room because my breath was so shallow I could barely take a breath at all. And luckily we were able to have my oncologist call in a medication for me to kind of relax my body so that I could gain about 30 to 40% of my breath back. So we've been trying to do scans, figure out what's going on with that. We don't have any concrete answers for that right now, but as soon as we know more information from scans, we will keep you updated with that. But I'm doing okay though. The flares, they kind of come and go, so we're just trying to manage that and monitor and make sure everything's good there. But we had something that has just been on our mind lately that we really want to talk about, and it's mental health and the impact cancer has had on my mental health over the past 15 months since I've been going through this journey. And we just really wanted to kind of bring awareness to that and have a conversation about it. So
yeah, in regards to mental health, it actually made me think of an analogy that I think kind of puts it really well. Everyone has seen her go through this journey, and she gets so many comments like, "You're so strong, you're so brave," and it's true, of course. It's okay to feel like you can't go through this alone, and you shouldn't. And it really made me think of an analogy. I used to work for a company, a very successful company with a very successful CEO and a billionaire. And in one of his interviews, someone asked him, what makes you so successful? Or where do you think you have acquired all your success or achievement? And he really said, "I hire the right people. I seek help where I'm weak, and that is why I'm successful, because I seek help, or because I can't do it all." And it made me realize that's kind of how we as humans should be. And this is not something, life isn't something that you're supposed to go through alone. You shouldn't. That's why we have parents. That's why we have coaches and mentors, spouses, doctors, and people that we know and love and trust that are strong where we are weak. And it's okay to ask for help, and it's necessary to ask for help, especially something as tough as cancer, and how not only physically what it can do to a body, but especially mentally as well. And not only is it okay, it's necessary to seek help. And that's kind of what we want to talk about. And it's something that's actually helped Delia immensely in her journey.
So actually early on in my diagnosis, I reached out to a few people that I confided in and wanted to get more information, people who had actually gone through cancer. One of them actually wrote a book, and I will link that in the description for you because I think it's a really good resource, has a lot of good information. But when I talked to her one-on-one after I was first diagnosed, she said, it might be of interest to you to find a therapist, somebody who can work with you alongside like your treatments and throughout this journey, because it's very taxing, especially when it comes to the mental aspect of it. And I got in contact with a company called BetterHelp. My friend and I were talking and she gave me the resource for BetterHelp, and you know, I'm actually thankful for them sponsoring this video for me because it's something that I actually truly believe in, and I thought, what harm could it do to just reach in and look into the resources and what they could offer me going through cancer. They assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. You usually can start communication within 48 hours, so you're not waiting for a long time to hear back from somebody. It's not a crisis line or a self-help line. It's professional therapy done securely online.
It's nice because they have over 20,000 therapists that specialize in really any subject. And a lot of these are ones that may not be locally available, and it's worldwide. It's simple, it's secure, you can be talking to someone quickly, and it helps.
You can log into your account at any time and send a message to your therapist. You get timely and thoughtful responses. You can even set weekly phone or video meetings to talk with your therapist so you're not finding yourself in an uncomfortable waiting room with a scheduled office visit. So it's really comfortable and it makes it nice and convenient for you.
Yeah. So when she did it, we noticed that they really care about making a difference, and they want to make sure that they find a therapist that's a perfect match for you. And it's easy, it's free to change therapists if you need to. It's just finding someone that vibes better with you and your situation. It's a lot more affordable than other traditional offline therapy, and they actually offer financial aid, which is a huge plus, especially for something that's very important.
So you can visit www.betterhelp.com/chatwin. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, and join over 2 million people who have already, decided to look into this and help their mental health status with a licensed professional therapist.
For all of our followers, they are offering a special discount. You get 10% off your first month. Just go to, I'll link the description in the box below, but it's betterhelp.com/chatwin. And honestly, reach out. This goes far beyond just cancer. It's literally anything mental health. It's depression. It's really feeling like you just need guidance through a licensed professional, and it works.
Therapy is honestly something that I am so passionate about, especially after this year for me. I kind of got to a point where my body was just like, nope, we're done. Like, we're not doing any more treatments. Like, I've had it, and I kind of just hit a mental wall. Like, I kind of went into this state where I just felt like there was like a heavy, dark cloud looming over me, and I think it was just for so long just trying to like survive and like in survival mode, trying to just get through like all of the treatments and everything I needed to with cancer. It just got to a point where it got too heavy for me, and I think that's why I'm so passionate about therapy, because I know that it can help, and I don't think anybody is exempt from therapy. I think every single person in this world can benefit from therapy, whether you are super rich and have millions of dollars or you have nothing. I just feel like we all can, it's healthy and beneficial for all of us to have somebody outside of our main community or family to confide in and to offer support and just maybe a different perspective, ways that we can cope with things like cancer or mental illness. Or I even have friends that have suffered severely from postpartum depression. There is a lot of things, there's a lot of triggers out there that can cause, depression, anxiety, psychosis. I know through the past year, I went through all of the emotions, I went through all of the feelings, I went through every single aspect of everything, and I'm still working through that. But it was first hearing my diagnosis, going through denial, like, what? No, this is crazy. Like, there's no chance. Like, this is somebody else's chart. I don't have cancer. Like, I'm 28, I'm healthy, I'm fine. To like that denial stage. So it's like numbness, denial, processing, coming to acceptance of what is, and then being proactive and trying to, get everything done that you need to get done, figuring out a treatment plan, taking care of your body, everything that comes with it, that sometimes can be like extremely overwhelming and debilitating. And I know for me personally, I kind of shut down everything on the outside because it was just easier for me to internalize and process what was going on. And I think through months and months and months of suppression led me to a state where my body just was like, I hit that wall and I didn't want to do anything anymore. I just felt like a sense of depression coming on. And I knew it was time for me to talk to somebody and to seek therapy. And it felt almost like PTSD, like post-traumatic stress of coming out of treatment and then being like, oh my gosh, like, okay, now what happens? Like, what's my schedule for my follow-ups? And like, how do we make sure the cancer doesn't come back? And what vitamins do I need to be taking to do the best, to be as proactive as I can to make sure that I'm in the best, most healthiest state as possible? And what are the symptoms if it comes back? What scans do I need to be doing? Just being mindful and aware of like every single thing. And that brought on a lot of anxiety for me. You know, that's normal when you go through something that's super traumatic and super stressful and life altering, and especially at such a young age, having so many years to live and, you know, kind of being concerned for the rest of my life. Like they say, cancer is like a lifelong sentence. Yes, you have your treatment, and yes, you do what you can to work through it and get rid of the cancer, cutting it out, chemo, shrinking the tumors, you know, doing all of that. But it never really goes away. And nobody really told me this in the beginning, probably because there was already so much going on, but it never goes away. Like, you know, there's sleepless nights when, like, how many times do I like toss and turn in my mind, just like can't go off. Like I am constantly pulling out my phone to like research, like, oh no, like this is hurting, that's hurting, like just so many things. So, you know, it can get heavy and it can get overwhelming, and I think therapy is so important, and depression is a real thing, anxiety is a real thing, and like we need to be talking about it. We need to be supporting those, and always like, I always come back to just like being kind to people and like always showing love, because you just never ever ever know what people are going through. Like I wear my wigs all the time and I love them, and I get a lot of comments of like, what, like you're going through cancer? Like I would never even know. Because I think part of me, and this is part of like my healing, strives so deeply for just like normality, like life before cancer. Like I love my wigs, like they're super fun, especially for girls, like changing your hairstyle and stuff, but it also brings me back to a sense of like, of me and who I was before cancer, and it helps with not having to look in the mirror every single day, every single second, and remembering like, oh yeah, I'm a cancer patient, like I'm still fighting. I've gone through a lot, you know, and it's okay to talk about these things. It's okay to allow yourself to feel all the emotions. It's okay to seek help and to ask for your support system to like be there for you. And I know a huge part of my healing has been my support system and being around the people that I love and know that have my best interest at heart and offer like unconditional compassion for me. That's a huge aspect of it, but I also know that people don't have that. And that's kind of where a therapist can come in to help offer those resources, those insights, those perspectives, that love and care, that somebody's there and like hears what you have to say and can validate those feelings, because that's important. Like we're all human and we're all going through this human experience together, but that's just something that has been heavy on my heart that I think is super important to talk about. And you can still be positive and happy and still be suffering and going through depression and anxiety at the same time.
Some of the happiest people that I've ever known in my entire life, most positive, aren't with us anymore because they took their own lives. And it's just one of those things where that's kind of where we come through. It's so beyond okay to be vulnerable and seek help and realize you need it and go after it, and not just try to put on a face the whole time and not just try to put on a front, and it's okay. And I'm the guy that says I don't need therapy at all, I'm fine, you know, and I realize that when I do talk about my problems to anyone, like I feel so much better. And if you have that person, great. And if you don't, that's why we wanted to offer this resource, because it's available to anyone in the world. And these aren't just, I mean, it's nice to have a friend. These aren't just friends. These are like licensed people that really can help you. And that's one form of therapy. But you know, she's talking about these sleepless nights when she's tossing and turning. And we just want to bring it up because it's another huge form of therapy. Is you really do always have someone you can talk to. And like, you know, when she's sleeping in bed and she can't, her mind is racing because she feels this weird pain in the back, and now she's thinking, there's something wrong here, and you know.
Your mind automatically goes to like the worst case scenario because it's that like PTSD again, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't go through that again. I can't do that again.
Yeah, and that's normal. We're humans, and it's 4:30 in the morning. What are you gonna do? And talk to someone. Close your eyes and talk to God. And that's a huge form of therapy that has helped her. It's helped me so much in life. It's helped millions and millions of others. And it's not just, it's true. He's there. Just close your eyes and talk to him. Say a prayer. And, you know, millions know that this works, and millions have yet to discover it, but it works because it's true. And that's a huge form. That's a huge thing, to look to God and talk to him. And you know what? This is crazy, but I do it all the time. I talk out loud to God all the time when I'm by myself, and it helps me so much. And I feel like I'm not just talking to nobody. I truly feel like he's listening. I mean, I know he is. But maybe this is something that some of you that are going through something can try, maybe for the first time. And who knows? Maybe you'll feel something. And that's that feeling that you can't really deny. And it's that feeling of comfort and peace that might come immediately after, where you know that you're not alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. So please use that as a resource, because I feel like that's also readily available to anyone, anywhere, anytime, even right now.
My most powerful experiences with God has come through this whole journey, and it's a sense of comfort that I can't explain. Like, it's just something that you have to feel. And I know a lot of times we don't have these profound experiences. Like, you'll hear people talk about, oh my gosh, like I just heard that and I just felt this, and it was like this huge impactful experience that I had, that I recognized God. And it's like, those are wonderful, it's amazing, but God is also in the small details as well. And he's also in, you know, these people that we meet, people like therapists, people like family and friends, like run-intos, like people that you just randomly meet. And I've had a lot of those this past year. I've had a lot of beautiful like blessings, like messengers that I've met along the way throughout this experience. And I just know that God has put that person in my path. Like, it almost, you know, brings me to tears to just think about like these amazing people that have been brought into my life. And, you know, when you open yourself up and you're open to these experiences, I think that God can work in mysterious ways and have great impact on your life.
Another way to recognize this is just be listening, or be open to feeling that we describe it as a still small voice. That's really what it is. You just have these subtle thoughts that are inspired, and you kind of know they are, because upon acting on them, amazing things happen. So it's that still small voice, and that's really how to feel God, is to just feel that subtle peace that you're not alone, you're loved, we're all his children, we're all here to go through a lot. We're all here to, like, life's not easy for anyone, not one person on this earth, and we're all here to figure it out. And I'll just spoil it. We're all here to learn how to look to God. That's really the whole point of this, and find help, you know. And become better and improve and progress. These are some of our resources, and Delia has a lot more as well. She's done several things with like energy work and physical therapy, but also physical activities such as yoga and other things. And she's gonna do more videos explaining these, but this is just one that we feel like things can get really hard and you may need someone to talk to right away. And if you don't have that resource, this is one that we wanted to share with you. It's available, and it's really good.
So I think the turning point to where I realized mentally I was kind of struggling and just in a place of like barely hanging on there was when I got to radiation, which we'll go into a little bit more. That was a really, really challenging time for me. I kind of just went completely quiet. My body just needed stillness and calm and peace. And that's when I really knew, like, okay, wow, like maybe I can't do this on my own. Like, yes, I have the companionship of God, and like, yes, that's been so powerful for me, but it's also like I just like need someone's help. I need guidance. I found the best therapist. She is amazing. I love her so much. She's just like everything that I needed and more. And she's really helped me work through my traumas and work through, you know, this whole breast cancer experience. And just knowing that I couldn't really get through everything on my own, which I kind of knew, but I just needed it to come at a natural pace. Like, I didn't want to force anything. I didn't want to push anything. I'm so true to like honoring my body and what it needs when it needs it. I think this therapist was just like a perfect fit for me. And it wasn't really until radiation hit that I realized, okay, like there's some stuff, you know, we got to work through. So coming up, I have a few things like I want to talk with you guys about healing modalities that I've put in place to help my body process through everything that I've needed to process through and work through, and lift my spirits as best as I can and help my body heal as best as I can. I will be talking to you guys about that in like future videos. We also want to do a wig video because we get lots of questions about that, which I am so excited about.
Yeah.
I have a wig addiction.
She does.
It's fine.
She rolls up today, you know, we're at a job site, and she rolls her window down, and I'm like, huh, that's a good look. I like it. That's new. So this is the first time she's worn this one.
And not
it's
like,
cute, yeah.
Not to like be insensitive, but this is kind of sarcastic, but my wigs have helped so much mentally. Like, it's just been such a great distraction. Like, I love my hair and how it's coming in, and it's like super rad. It's really cool. It's completely different from anything I've ever had. But I will tell you, doing things like that for yourself, and I know like wigs are expensive and like not everybody can afford them, but just like the small things that can bring happiness to you, like through a hard time, and like finding joy out of like those moments of like, oh, like this sucks really bad that I'm bald and I've lost all of my hair from chemo, you know, but like what can we do? Like, I have really cute head wraps that I've gotten. Those are pretty reasonable in price. The wigs have been so fun for me. Like, I will be a wig wearer forever. I will wear wigs until I die, probably.
Yeah, and then, you know what? That's okay.
But it's helped my mental health, and like the days, sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
The days that I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm a cancer patient. It's very evident, it's very obvious to me. I throw a wig on and I feel so much better. Even like, I have like self-tanner lotion that I put on too, that, because after chemo, after my surgery, like I was white, like pale, like white as a ghost, almost like transparent. And like just putting some self-tanner lotion on my wig on made like the world of difference. And it just gave me a little sense of normality through everything. It's you know, those little things that can add up to make a big difference. You
know, that was right after her surgery. She's right after the hospital. That was kind of when she was really pale and just really looked, you know.
No eyebrow hair.
She just looked like
eyelashes.
A cancer patient, you know, and that's what happens, you know. But we were looking at other videos, like her last day of chemotherapy. After 16 rounds of chemotherapy, we were looking at, I'm like, babe, why do you look so good in these pictures? And she's like, I had my self-tanner on. And it's like, oh yeah, that's what. And it's like, you know what, that's okay. It's okay to get wigs. It's okay to put on self-tanner. It's okay to do things to make yourself feel better and cope. These are all okay things. It's all therapy.
Yeah.
What's not okay is to do anything that's gonna harm your body. Or sometimes not doing anything is not okay. Not talking to anybody is not okay. Keeping it all inside is not okay. Mm-hmm. Like I said, some of the happiest people that I've ever known in my life are not with us anymore. That's not okay. It's not okay to hold that in. If you guys feel like you need to talk to somebody and you can't go to your parent or your friend or your spouse or anyone, please use our resource.
Yeah.
Please.
And I just want to reiterate how important it is, you guys, to always be kind to people. Like, always. no matter what, to always be kind and give as much love to people as you possibly can. Right your wrongs, because if you don't, the universe rights all wrongs, and usually it comes a lot harder, and whatever energy you're putting out, it usually comes back tenfold. When you're kind to people, it comes back, and you never know what people are going through. You never know the challenges, the trials that somebody is internally suffering that they might not feel comfortable talking about. There is so much power in kindness and love, and I have it in my Instagram bio, like, love and kindness over everything. It trumps everything. It can literally like make or break somebody's day, just their life. Like, you don't know the impact just being kind and smiling at and complimenting or sharing like some love or like giving a hug or whatever can do for a person who might be struggling. And so I just really want to emphasize that, like, always being kind and loving.
So if you guys follow our channel, you might recognize where we are sitting. This is actually the first home that Delia and I built with Chatwin Homes, my parents' company, and that me and Delia designed 100%. And the owners are the sweetest people in the world. They actually live out of state, and this is one of their other homes, and they just say, come whenever you want, make yourself at home. And so we do sometimes. We love coming back here. We put so much heart and soul into this. Every time we walk in, we're like, this could be our house. This should have been our home.
Yeah, no, it just like fits our style perfectly, but it's fine.
We didn't need it at the time, and then we still don't. It's such a beautiful home, and that's kind of what we've also been really busy with home building and designing, and we are actually building and we'll be designing our next home that's going to be like this one. We're going to fully just finish it 100%, design, furniture, everything, and then put it for sale. And that's how we've kind of have a passion doing that, because I feel like that's where our best work comes in, when we have a product that we would want it for ourselves. We would move in like that.
Full creative control.
Yeah, and it's been something that we really enjoy doing, and so we are very excited to show you guys a lot of the updates on that. We're going to do, a full home tour and kind of let you guys know. If you follow our social medias, you'll get updates on it. But that house is Stonewood, and we're really excited to show more of that. And that's kind of what a lot of our future content is going to be showing, because we've just been so busy with work, with her interior design company, with our interior. We work together. It's a lifestyle collective, and a lot of things that she wants to do with it, and a lot of good stuff. And it's just good to see her back out there, living as a normal life as you can, amidst the checkups and all the other things. And she was just out of town for the past week at Furniture Market in North Carolina. And yeah, so things are good. Life is great.
And I think, like we've said before, the work stuff, like I try and get my mind in that place, because it does take away from the cancer stuff, because like I said, it can be really overwhelming and debilitating, but it's so nice to have like my own outlet, my own company that I can kind of just like, be flexible with, like days that I need to go in for a treatment or go in for doctor's appointments or scans or like whatever. I can be flexible with my own hours, and like it's super nice. It's really cool to have full creative control and that flexibility to still like have my outlet and do something that makes me feel good and makes me happy, amongst everything,
Another form of therapy. Stay busy. Do something that you enjoy doing. Find what you love doing and do it more. Mm-hmm. If you can find a way to monetize that and create your own business, do that. If you can't, just do whatever you love. Whatever makes you happy, do it more. Truly happy, Yeah. We all know what makes us happy and what's probably not good for us. Do more at what makes you happy.
So I've had a lot of questions about just everything cancer, and I'm only one person. I can't get back to all the messages, and I want to, and so I just want to let you guys know. I am going to be doing like a Q&A on my Instagram, because I just want all the questions in one place. If you have questions about cancer stuff, go and put your questions in the question box. I'll have one up there today when this goes live. We'll do like kind of like a Q&A vlog where we can go through everything cancer, and we can answer questions. I know there's a lot of people who have been like recently diagnosed, unfortunately, and I would like to offer, be an advocate as much as I possibly can for you and offer as many resources and suggestions, you know, make the burden lighter for you. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'll have it on my Instagram today, and you guys can go and ask a question, and we'll do like a Q&A. We can even ask questions for you too, like how it is for a spouse.
For sure.
I think that's really important. So yeah, we'll do that. And then we have a lot of other updates, you know, radiation, surgery, post-treatment, what that's like, alongside all of our work stuff. So we got a lot we want to get out to you guys.
Family planning, it's a big one. And so there's a lot of things to talk about, and you know, where to go from here. But the good thing is where we go from here is that we just continue forward. We seek help when we need it. We use all of our resources. Like I said, you have one right now who will listen and help immensely. It's okay to get help. It's necessary to get help. We all need it. And please do. And even if you feel like reaching out to us,
I will do my best to get back to you.
She feels bad. She's like, I feel so bad. I feel like I need to hire someone to like respond to all these messages, because I want to respond to every single one.
I do. And I want it to be so personal, because it's so personal and so sensitive to me that it's like, if I don't have the energy to respond to the capacity that I want to, which is like 150%, I want to give you guys everything and all the information, I can't do it. So I'm also considering hiring a personal assistant if you want to send your resume.
And so with a lot of these, she doesn't even just liking the comment. She, you know, doesn't even want to do that, because she wants to actually respond and give a heartfelt thanks and a message. And she just really can't, and it's okay. And so I tell her that. But we just want to let everyone know that we read every single comment. We're so just grateful for the love, the support, every single one. So thank you guys so much. And there's so many of you that are just so kind, and we're grateful. So thank you guys for coming along on this journey. Thank you for the love, the support. We still get packages sent to us. They're just the most loving gestures of kindness, and from complete strangers, you know, and so we're so grateful. And so that's why we really love doing these videos, just mainly to help give back. And there has been a couple really impactful experiences where our story has really helped others, and you know, maybe we'll share some of those in the future if we have their consent. But it's been awesome. And Delia always says, I feel like I'm almost called to bring awareness to this and maybe other things, and that's kind of what really motivates her to want to sit down and make these videos. We're so busy in our lives, and this isn't our full-time job, obviously. We do videos like once every month and a half or so. And
I always tell him I feel like I would be doing like a disservice if I kept all of the information just to myself and wasn't, you know, didn't share it with other people to help them, because I know that there are a lot of people who are going through cancer, and I know a lot of young women are getting diagnosed with breast cancer, and a few of you have already commented of Eamon and Beck, and how she is going through breast cancer right now, and I've had the opportunity to talk with her and FaceTime with her and meet her, and she's just an incredible human being, and you know, we talk pretty frequently. So I just feel like I can't keep it to myself. I have to share it with you guys if it can offer some sort of help for somebody else who has recently discovered breast cancer or cancer and is going through something like this. You know, you have some resources to hopefully help you through. So anyways, we're just really thankful for the love, you know, and constant support, prayers, packages, letters, messages, everything. Yeah, it's just really overwhelming and powerful, and we just are very, very thankful for that. So we love you guys, and we just want to say, be happy, be kind. Life is beautiful.
It is. Till next time, be happy.